Good Sunday to everybody. We are day 26 of veg, and this morning I've been misting everything. This is my second mist actually. I'm not going to do this for too long as I did it on Instagram just a minute ago. But as you can see, this sprayer does a nice misting. It's just a Tractor Supply mister hooked up to a tractor battery. You can get these already with the pump on them and a spray nozzle at Tractor Supply. I got this for like $200. And then you add an extension. I added an extension to it. And voila. So I do want to drain this though drain my line every time if you don't drain it back in, it will leak out all over your floor. You don't want that. This is IMO 5, and it is just under 100, so we're cooling off. Once it gets down to room temperature, we're good to go. Right now it's still, like I said, 99, almost 100, so it's just coming down. Probably in some spots it's probably still over 100, so kick my fan back on over here for a second just because it's warm in here. It's like 81 degrees, I believe. The humidity is around 60. I think the VPD was sitting around 155, almost 160-ish. So we were a little high on the VPD, but the lights are set at 72. Well, I did the mist. We've turned them down to 40 when we missed, and then we turn them back up. We've been on 80. I'll show you. We've been on 80 for most of these days, and that's been keeping us. That was around 500 to 450 on the PPFD. And now that the plants have grown up, I checked the PPFD again today, and we had to lower them. We had to lower the light intensity to 72 in order to get it around 510 to 525. So that's how much the plants are growing into the light. So I have the lights all the way up. I don't move them up and down because I have enough power here to just adjust. So it keeps me from having to lower the lights up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't really like these Grandmasters are so awesome. I can just literally come in here and this is my throttle. So picture this as my gas throttle, and as my plants are growing taller and taller, I'm going to have to decrease the intensity because my lights, I'm not going to be able to move them up. So we have to decrease the intensity as the plants grow. So we just check them with our PPFD meter. I use the one that's on my phone. It seems to work just fine, and it's pretty close. You don't have to be exact on your PPFD. It's going to flux all the time, but as long as you're in that good range. And you'll see on the meter where you can just hold your phone out here, as long as you're at the right angle and you clean your screen, like clean your front lens before you do it, you usually get a really good, accurate reading. And let's see here, we got, let's start over here today. This is the Key Walker Kush. And this is from Hulk Blood, Hulk Blood Genetics. And it looks really good. Everything in the bed is really healthy. Getting plenty of moisture, water. We've thinned out everything. We've been thinning out constantly throughout. You've been watching me thin out throughout the whole grow, just a little here and there. I take fingers. Yesterday I came in and we did defoliate quite a bit through here. This was the one I was starting to I was letting this one go straight up, but then I was going to start to turn because this one was a little shorter than the Key Walker. Going with Key Walker, I've been going this way, kind of going away from that one. So I'm kind of just every morning just coming in here and letting those lower nodes get that light. And those lower nodes will come on up, just like you see here. This is a lower node from this middle one here. So we have to keep an eye out on these 4. So these 2 are Jord Genetics with a calibration with Jolly Pond Farm. These are the Frey's Marmalade. I believe Frey was his wife's name or something, I'm not sure. But Frey's Marmalade. And then we have Bent Wizard's Maybelline. These are Maybellines. Now these 4 are mystery sex. They're not feminized. So we have to keep an eye on them once we flip the flower. I'm not skilled enough to really tell before we flip, so I just wait till I know for sure. You can really tell once they flip. You can see, and you do have some time. They don't just push pollen out all at once. I'm gonna go down here and take this leaf. See how this branch has these 2, one here, this one is just clogging up. I'm gonna open that up for this here. Voila. Now we have that extra space right there. It's not clogging up. Probably can go ahead and take this finger here. Now we've got all that extra light going in down there without removing the main leaf. We're just going to keep bending it over. There's the top of the plant. You can see now that it kind of stays where I bend it, because I've been doing it since it was a baby. So you can come in here and see this. Which one of these is covering my... Oop, take that and voila, you get light. That finger will heal right on up. No big deal. Take another one right down there. This one I'm not going to take any because it's not covering up anything. This is a good solar panel here, not covering up any. So this here can probably go here. So we take this one here. Just come in here and now we got that light hole. And that branch will grow a lot faster with that light. This one here, especially these inner ones, the ones closest, because those are the ones that are blocking the light. So when these go to stretch, if you don't have something holding the top down, it will straight up and just come right on down, and we'll just be bending. The branches get stronger and stronger as the plant gets older and older. Get to the point where you can't bend it at all. These things are strong. So I haven't cut the bot. What we're going to do is once we flip the flower, soon thereafter, I'm going to just cut these pots off and pile my IMO 5 up around each one of these plants. My IMO 5, it's in the bucket over there, and that will see these plants. Well, I say that I doubt any of that IMO 5 will even get consumed or be uptaken by the plant. That's for future use, so to speak. So I'm topping off the top. These plants will grow up, go through flower, eat what they want to eat. The IMO is really just a biological. It's full of microbes. It's got some nutrient. They put some little bit of kelp in there, and I put a little bit of rabbit poo. For the most part, it's just biology and wheat bran and fungal hyphae and bacteria and all the things that these worms love to go through. It's the same stuff that's in the pots, so similar. similar to what's in these pots. Not exactly the same, but processed the same way. Nothing's all identical, but because I don't, put any type of additives other than a little kelp. We got fish hydrolysate, rabbit poo. So all those things are giving me the nitrogen that you need for the IMO5. It already had the soil in it. So it's basically cooked IMO. It's been cooked, what, 4 times, 5 times? 4 times. This is 4th time getting up to 120 and sitting there for 2 or 3 days and then cooling off. So we've run through it, run through it, run through it, run through it. And now I feel pretty confident that I can come in here and cut these pots off and just pile that IMO5 up all around here. And then as we chop and drop, as these plants grow, we just chop and drop that green matter right on top of the brown matter and let nature take its course. That's all I'm doing. And then we, do a foliar feed of our ferments here and there. That's about it. We do the mist every once in a while. We do our morning dew every once in a while. We're cleaning the creek with the nitrate pads. So how I'm doing it is I'm taking these nitrate pads here. So I got these and I just set these. I've used these multiple times. You can just set these right in the creek here. And then run my hand like I'm a fish and let all that extra poo and all that extra nitrate run down the creek into these pads. Then I clean the pad and use what's in the pad. That's my fish poo. Then you got the FAA, which is basically fish hydrolysate. It's basically just a bunch of fish and some sugar broken down over time, over the course of a year. In my case, 2 years. I've had in a bucket, and it's good stuff. Gives those plants that nitrogen, a good boost. Right in this time frame is when it needs it. That's why the plants are so green and healthy. And once they flip to flower, I won't have to do anything. Like, they'll just naturally send those exudates down that they need, different food, and they'll start doing it on its own. I don't have to do anything really. I don't have to top the bed off with different things. I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to let the biology do it for me, just like it would naturally outside. You can do some different foliar feeding. Like I can do the peach bud. I have peach buds. This is flower peach buds. So I fermented some flower peaches. We've also got the artichoke tips. I got the Jerusalem artichoke tip. These are flowers of the artichoke, the Jerusalem artichoke. That my dad has a bunch of those. I'll go over there and grab those. And you can also, this is some stuff I bought from Brandon Russ. This is the K-Humate. This stuff I had left over from when I was running that 4x4 over in the corner. And I was trying his stuff. I haven't used a whole lot. It's still full. But that's something we could try. But I don't think we're going to do anything to it this time. I think I've already packed enough biology and food, and this is the 3rd run, so I'm hoping that the biology has really worked that stuff down and there's plenty of food in there for these plants just to go to town on. And that's just what we're hoping. If I see a deficiency, we can always hit it. We can hit it with some K-Humate from Brandon. That's a emergency, but I think if we did that, we'd overload the system. So actually, the more I think about it, I would probably do some trichoderma and some Bacillus subtilis from Brandon. This is from Brandon Russ as well. He's got the Bacillus subtilis and the trichoderma. This is going to unlock nutrients. It's just a bacteria, and that really helps plants unlock the nutrient that's already down there. Really good to spray on for like a shield, like an armor for your plant. So you can do foliar and soil. The soil, you really notice, I noticed a big difference in the soil, just I think from the uptake of nutrient that the bacillus and the trichodermis do to help uptake the nutrient. So the nutrient's there, it's just locked up. It needs to be unlocked. And the way we unlock it is with that biology, those microbes. We just need the right ones, and we need enough of them. And this takes time. But we know and we have the right ones to use, so we can just put those in there and jumpstart the system. And basically, in my account, I'm just kind of hoping for the best. I'm not testing the soil. I'm not doing any of that. I mean, I probably should, but I just don't. I'm just going to let the plants tell me what's going on. And that's how I want to learn, basically. I don't want to go dumping a bunch of different different products. I'm not going to say chemicals, but I'm going to say products, because a lot of these products out there that these people are making, a lot of different companies are making at their homes, and they're good products, they're organic products. But for this project, I'm trying to stick to just what I have around here, the natural farming aspect of the whole thing. Natural farming is basically utilizing what we have on your property. If you happen to own property, if you can go out to a tree and find just about all the biology you need in one spot. But it helps to have diversity. So that's why I like getting like different bags of IMO from like Marco is Growing and OK Calyx. These are different natural farmers that are out there gathering up their own IMO, just like I'm gathering up mine, and putting it in bags and allowing people to purchase it on their website. We'll have a website coming soon. We're working on that now. We're not big tech people, but we're working on it. I know it's not much, but I want it to be right. And it's a lot of work involved in getting a lot of the product. Like the FAA takes 2 years. That's 2-year-old FAA right there. And in this bucket right here, it's 2-year-old catfish FAA. So it takes a long time. I've only been doing this for 3 years. So we have to be patient, so to speak. This is not on our time frame. We're just rushing things, you know what I mean? We're trying to rush things that are not in our time frame. And what I mean by that is the soil. Like this, we're talking thousands of years to get to a level where we can just be completely regenerative, probably, but we can speed that process up by adding the biology, by adding the food consistently. Instead of it being year after year after year, we're doing it month after month after month. So we're cutting our time in half, way more than half exactly, but who knows, really? I'm just guessing, talking out my ass. I do like the look at that. That one's got some red streaking, but I don't think it's a bad thing, because look at the center leaf. That redness goes all the way up into the leaf. It's wild. This one's the same. That's that Alpha Skunk Cheese by Purple Caper. I can't wait to see that stretch out. Should be cool. But I hope everybody has a great Sunday. And we're going to head on out of here. I think I've done everything I need to do. And I hope everybody takes care of themselves and has a great rest of their day. Peace.